Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm mostly doing this for a friend that likes to see my videos for some reason. I don't know why. Um, but I'm doing the mid-year freakout tag because I saw someone that I followed doing it and I thought, why not do it myself? Um, so let's start. The first question was the best book that you've read so far in 2025. I did read a lot of books that are 5 stars to me, but one that I read in May, beginning of May, and I fell in love immediately. Yeah, it was Misery by Stephen King. I gave it 5 stars, and honestly, I can't stop thinking about it. Every single day, there's either a time where I think of the main character, Annie, or I think of Paul, even though, yeah. Or one scene specifically at the end of the book, which was creepy, but I loved it. Um, but yeah, this was my favorite book of 2025 so far. The best sequel that I've read in 2025, wow. Let me guess. I'm gonna say 2024 the entire time. Is this. La Rebelle de l'Armada by Lydia Lagarde. It's a French book, obviously. And this is a sequel to her, like, La Rebelle series, I guess. Like the Armada series. This was kind of pitched to me, like, when I first got the first one, as, like, the 100. But it's, like, the 100, but, like, a million times less violent and intense. Some of the characters do make me think of Bellamy and Clark, obviously. It's funny because the author has not watched 100. Maybe she has now, but when she wrote these, she did not watch 100 or read the books. So she didn't know. She just ended up having a bit of similarities, but this was a 5 star as well, which was a sequel. And the third one comes out in September, which I'm excited for. A new release you haven't read yet, but you want to. Technically, I started it. I started it when I was on vacation. I didn't have any other book on hand, so I started it, but I wasn't planning on reading it immediately, but I had finished. I was in a coffee shop and I had finished a book that I was currently reading, so I kind of started this one. So it's Monsters in Mainframe by Barbara Truelove. I was really excited for this, since Jason from Easy Cat posted about it. Yeah, if Jason you stumble into this video, sorry, forgot your name. Anyway, but yeah, he mentioned it because he is part of the publishing. So when he mentioned that I was like space and like monsters and sort of horror-y, I fell in love. I had to read it immediately. I'm really excited to read it, especially, well, read more of it. I'm just like first part in. So excited. Also because I want to support the author because she's Australian. And like, I'm obsessed with Australia, so I want to support her and read her book, and I'm excited for this. My most anticipated release of the second half of the year. Like I said, the third book in this series is coming out in September. I'm really excited for this one. And I'm also excited for Let's Split Up by Bill Woods to arrive in Canada. So I'm really excited for his book also to come out, which is like a Scooby-Doo meets like horror. Yeah, it sounds really good, and it's a thing about murders and kids deciding to investigate or something. I don't really know much about it because I don't want to know much about it. I want to be surprised when I get into this book. And then my biggest disappointment. This is kind of sad, honestly, but my biggest disappointment of the year, well, it was this one, World by Ransom Riggs. I had loved Miss Peregrine this home for peculiar children. Like, it was amazing. And then this one, I was like, oh, like 90s inspired things like VHS and this whole like thing, like mystical world and like mysterious. When I saw this and like I saw it was pitched, it kind of reminded me of this book. It kind of reminded me of this book for a little bit. And well, this is my favorite book like since 2023. Like kind of like felt a bit similar to this, but it was sort of a disappointment. Like, I mean, I didn't like the main character. I couldn't like understand. It's like, yeah, okay, your life is horrible in a certain way, but why do you want to go into an alternate reality or something? And then for the entire book, I was extremely confused. Yeah, and like it wasn't really interesting, and I had little parts that I was like, what is this? Like, it kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it also gave me like a bit of vibes from Wandla, by Tony DiTalisi. But it wasn't like, it wasn't good as Wandla, you know? It's like, it kind of gave me the vibes for like magic or whatever. But yeah, this was a disappointment. It wasn't bad, but it was, yeah. Miss Peregrine's Home was way better than this. My biggest surprise. Biggest surprise of the books, I did not finish it yet. I'm not 100% finished. But like, well, I finished, yes, I did finish this one. My biggest surprise that I thought I wouldn't actually, like, be surprised. I didn't, sorry, I can't talk. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this as much as I did. That's like taking my second Stephen King book. The first one I read was A Body. It wasn't like, the best, but, and then I read Cujo, and I thought, hey, horror, nah, not my thing. I think it's my thing now. Anything else is boring now. But I read Cujo, and I really, really loved it. And I was very surprised. I like how you can kind of see the thoughts of the book, the dog in the book. Like, for example, he starts growling at one point. And then you kind of have, like, what he thinks. Obviously, it's a dog. He doesn't probably really think. Maybe he does. I don't know. I know the dogs. I don't know. But, like, he starts growling, and he's like, why am I growling? Like, and then you kind of sort of feel for the dog, and you're like, yeah. So this was the biggest surprise this year. I loved it so much. It's crazy. Which is the reason why now I read more Stephen King, because of this. New favorite author. My new favorite author that I've started. I haven't finished a book yet. And it's not a new release or anything. But it's Rachel Moore. Rachel Moore. I didn't think I was gonna love Us in Ruin. But kind of felt like Treasure National vibes. And I kind of like stuff like that where it's history. And it takes place in Greece. Or is it in Italy? Yeah, in Italy. I love anything like Greek or Roman, so I loved it. And also, like, I'm taking my time with this one because I'm annotating it for a friend. Like, I want her to read it, so I'm annotating it directly in the book. So yeah, taking my time, but I really enjoy this, and I'm definitely gonna read more of her books because I just really like this. And if I have like a crush on a character, for those two questions, for like the new fictional crush and the new favorite character, it's definitely gonna be the same guy. So Well, same characters, actually. So, it's from this book. It's from the Love Comes Softly series by Janet Oak. And like the character that I really fell for is Clark Davis. Yes, Clark Davis. Best way to describe him, he's basically Gilbert Blythe mixed with Mr. Darcy. And yeah. uh but yeah, it's a really awesome character. Like I really like him, and I like not his way of thinking, but what he does to like help out the main character. And like he's selfless in a way, and he's gonna do, if you're someone that he knows, or even if you don't know him, and he's gonna do something for you. Like there's no questions asked. He's just gonna do it. In a previous book, yeah, in book 4, something happens to him because he saved the life of a child who was honestly not deserved. Well, he probably didn't deserve to live, the kid, but at the same time, the little kid was an ass. He did something that he shouldn't have done. He did it, and yeah. And then something happens to the main character. But yeah, he's really selfless, and like I love that he also doesn't blame people for what happens to him or something. He doesn't blame, like he's very in these books, because they're like Christian or books, he doesn't blame God, which is something that a lot of people will do. But I really like that he's not, and it's like, it happened. Oh well, I'm just gonna deal with that. So yeah, Clark Davis, best character ever. And I also kind of like his wife, Marty. I love her too. She's awesome. She makes good coffee, so. Well, yeah, that's what mentioned in one of the books. And a book that made me cry. Also this question, and the next one. Books that made me happy. I do not have the copy of the one in question. I read it as audiobook at work. But the book that made me cry and the book that made me happy is a book in this series. The Stephanie Plum series by Janet Ivanovich. The latest book that came out actually came out this year. It was the 31st book in the series, Now or Never. And it made me cry of joy. And I was really happy because the ending, if someone read it, best choice ever. Unless you're the other type of person, which I'm scared of you. But yeah, it made me cry of joy. It made me cry of sadness. And yeah, this was a series that I like. I also thought it was going to be the last book in the series, but I feel like there's going to be more, which I really want. But yeah, these books by Janet Ivanovich. And they also make me laugh a lot, which is not a good thing when you're like folded in work and then you're laughing like an idiot, and then other people are around and they're like, what's wrong? Well, yeah, that series made me cry and made me laugh. The most beautiful book that I bought this year, or received, it's gonna make me sound basic, but I fell into the bandwagon. I was like everyone else. Best book that I had this year. I mean, it's so pretty, so big. I love it. Like, all the details and everything. A piece of something fell out. But yeah, like, I love this so much. I kind of want to frame every single page in this book, honestly, on my walls, but I'm not going to do that. But yes, most beautiful book that I received this year. And lastly, which book do I need to read by the end of the year? Mostly my TBR. The Princess Bride. A Abandon the Road, I think. Yeah, Abandon the Road by Nicholas Sparks. Princess Bride is by William Goldman. And I need to read Vixen 3 by Clive Cussler. And Wonder by R.J. Palacio. So these are some of the books I need to read. And I need to finish The Phantom Menace by Terry Brooke. I started it, but I didn't go very far. But yeah, I know that it has details from the book, like from the movie, that you don't have. You know, it dives in pretty much like instantly into like the characters and all that. I kind of enjoy this. So yeah, this is mostly my TBR for now. Yep, that's it. That's my TBR. These are the books that I need to finish by the end of the year. Also with of Monsters and Mainframe, obviously. But yeah, these are the books I need to finish by the end of the year, which I don't know if I will accomplish, but probably. Yeah, and that was it for like this mid-year freakout tag. Yeah, leave a comment, leave whatever if you have pointers that I should do. I know that I'm filming in like horizontal. That's because I'm using a tiny stand and it's kind of weird if I do film it the other way. So yeah, sorry about that. If you don't like it, I might try something else later on. Maybe I could try and ask a friend to make me a stand. But yeah, that was it, and thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you want to, and leave a thumbs up.